Hi, welcome back. We're still weird. I'm still Pilotic. He's still DJ. We're doing our D&D horror stories. Let's get into it.
And this is still Billy Bob Jr. the Third, whose grandpa died in World War III.
Hashtag Billy Bob Jr. the Third, whose grandpa died in World War III.
Okay, right off the bat, we're going to start.
Okay, so our first Reddit is... Okay. Okay, our first Reddit is... Player gets mad when he's not the protagonist in an evil campaign. Main character syndrome?
Main character syndrome.
Main character syndrome. TLDR. Too long, didn't read. New player joins evil sandbox with min-maxed chaotic evil warlock. He tries to be the sole protagonist, sabotages others' moments, then dramatically sacrifices himself expecting us to stop him. We don't. He rage quit. Campaign has a happy evil ending. I love that. Okay. I see many stories like this, but few of them on an evil campaign, which is already filled with characters that could already be considered edgelords. So here I am to tell my story.
Edgelord?
Edgelord, like a tiefling rogue, trying to be as like dark and dramatic, or like.
Oh, okay, I heard you wrong.
What'd you think I said? Never mind. Don't answer that. For context, this campaign was planned and made to be a campaign with villain/anti-hero protagonists. The DM allowed us to use Valda's Spire of Secrets. Amazing homebrew, by the way. So I decided to play the Necromancer class from there, with the Death Knight subclass, which turned him into a melee caster. Yes.
So, for me and all the other people out there, so our whole 15 subscribers, what's a homebrew?
Oh, homebrew is, so there's something called core rules, which means Wizards of the Coast, or the, people behind D&D, made it, they wrote it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Homebrew means any random schmo made it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, Necromancer, Death Knight subclass, which turned him into a melee caster. And I had the undead initial feat, because of my character's backstory. I'll call my character Z from this point. It was the first time this DM was narrating, and he said this campaign was going to be a sandbox focused on the character's backstories and personal goals around the world, rather than an epic quest to dominate everything or save the world or whatever. I asked the DM if there was any limit to the level of evil our characters could have. That's already a bad question to ask. It means you're planning to be some sort of problematic person.
As a DM, I hate that.
Yeah, it's annoying. And he said none. Except for not allowing PvP unless agreed by both players. He made it clear that he would not narrate erotic scenes or heavy gore. Just fade to black and keep going. Yeah, I agree with that. That makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh, boy. So we all decided to make truly despicable characters. Okay, who's playing Gru?
Obviously.
Despicable me goes crazy. Warning, might trigger some readers. Criminal ideology, dubious practices, and preferences. Skip the spoiler text if you prefer. Skip to this timestamp if you want to avoid that. Okay, good. One of the players made a Hexblood Witch, another class from Vadas. I'll just call him Witch, who hated humans and redacted, and ate people's hearts. And another player made a Necrophile Kobold Cleric, and I made Z, a fascist for his noble house. What is fascist?
We're not going to answer that here. Keep on going.
Okay. The only party member who agreed he wasn't evil was Chaotic Good Paladin, but he agreed to turn into an Oathbreaker and evil once our characters made him follow the path. There are also two other players, a wizard and an artificer, but they're not relevant to this story.
Okay.
It's like friend zoning, but like out of a story. Yeah, you're there. You're not important.
Third wheel.
Our backstories were all connected. Which was the one to resurrect Z? Z. Cobalt was fascinated by my necromancy and became my friend. Fascinated how? And my character's noble house and Paladin's noble house were enemies. Though Paladin didn't know that yet, only his player knew it. That way, we would be able to move the story forward in a sandbox campaign. Okay, so you all have characters that would make a majority of people uncomfortable.
I don't know if I would like that. Honestly.
I mean, I guess if you all consented to it.
I guess, but even as a DM, I think that would make me a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, you
like,
literally
just having to
have
narrate
a necrophile character.
What's a necrophile? Are we not going to answer that here?
It's like a foot fetish, but for dead people. Okay, welcome back. Glad you skipped that timestamp. Essentially, all their characters are connected. That's it. What? Technical difficulties. The first sessions went fine. The DM was actually doing really well for a first timer. Oh, he's a first timer. That's kind of sad. Your first DMing is this insanity. And in one of those sessions, he managed to do really good, even though he had to improvise everything because he went to a completely different direction from what he had planned. Or because we went a completely different direction from what he had planned. There are places to get advice for that kind of stuff. Just make your party wait for 30 minutes while you go watch a Jimmy D video.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Okay.
Party would hate that. Keep on going though.
Well, if you have food, then you're entertained and fed. That's all you need in life.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah. We were doing well until Artificer had to leave the table for personal reasons. The DM had his character killed in a scene.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wait, he's just leaving the group like entirely.
Oh.
Oh, he's not just leaving for the day. Or sit down. The DM had his character killed in a scene to both set up a hook for a storyline and justify why he wouldn't be with us anymore. That's when things started getting worse.
How?
That's what they're gonna explain.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
To replace him, the DM found a new guy. I'll call him Edgy.
Keep going.
That's a choice. Because honestly, even a campaign full of characters like ours, he managed to stand out as an edgelord. Z was lawful evil, Witch was neutral evil, Cobalt was true neutral, and Wizard was neutral evil, while Edgy was going to play a chaotic evil Hexblade warlock, and was clearly a min-maxer. So Hexblade is a warlock subclass where your patron is essentially your weapon. It's interesting.
What's a patron?
So in D&D, warlocks are a class that get their magic from making a deal with something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a patron. They give you
Okay.
power for whatever deal you made.
Okay.
And min-maxing is where you make your character as overpowered as possible. Because you think it's funny, usually.
So Ed, in a sense. But, okay, keep on going.
How's Ed a min-maxer?
Remember that one time where he, like, overmaxed my character?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's true. I saw this as a red flag. I play TTRPG since I was 16. I'm 23 now. Okay, that's 7 years.
Okay.
Good for you. That's half my life. And now, though I might not be the best player or DM, I've had my fair share of min-maxing myself. But now I was focused on roleplay characters, including Z. That's not the problem. The problem was he was the chaotic evil alignment. As someone who also DMs, that alignment was always misunderstood by people I played with. It's the chaotic stupid of evil campaigns. A bandit could be chaotic evil, disregard for laws, freedom above all else, but considerably loyal to their comrades, and capable of forming connections with other people. Yeah, chaotic means you don't follow like laws or like rules usually, and evil means what is it? Yeah, like disregard laws. You want freedom, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're like gonna kill everyone in your path. It just means you're usually going out against like common law or something stupid like that.
Technically, I didn't kill everyone. I just kind of killed certain people by cutting off 9 of their toes. And then making them stud that toe every Tuesday.
And this is why we don't let you pick your alignment anymore. I shrugged that concern off since the player himself seemed like a cool guy. Unfortunately, though, Edgy didn't see chaotic evil the same way I did. The first sessions with Edgy went smoothly. He was always talking about how he killed his own family, was cursed by an archdevil, and burned his own dog. No.
That's a lot for a D&D
That's
character.
a problem character is what that is. Let me guess, he was like 5 when he first discovered he could burn people to death. So he incinerated his dog and grabbed a knife and murdered his family while they were sleeping by cutting off 9 of their toes, making them stud that toe every Tuesday. Tongue twisters. Say that 3 times faster, Davey. The dog part made me a bit uncomfortable since I love dogs, but it was treated as a JoJo reference. I don't watch anime.
Did you see one?
It's an anime, but I don't know which one. I don't know if JoJo's the name or a character. Do you know?
No, let's just keep on going though.
Yeah. But that was fine. I saw it as role-playing. There's nothing wrong with playing a psychopath in a party full of war criminals. The descriptions make it so much better. The problem was... the problem only started when my character's undeath was revealed to the party. Except for which, who already knew, naturally. And honestly, that's still the best scene I've ever witnessed as a player. Really well done by the DM. After that happened, Edgy started to constantly target me with passive-aggressive jabs. I bet Z wouldn't do that. If Z died, that's because he was weak. Again, I saw that as role-playing, and Z wouldn't really be bothered by that anyway. However, that did become a problem when after a boss fight, one of the members of the family that slaughtered my character's house, he decapitated the boss. After the death, why, he said, what? However, that did become a problem when, after a boss fight with one of the members of the family that slaughtered my character's house, he decapitated the boss. Oh, Edgy decapitated the boss? Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
After death, okay. Why, he said? I don't want Z to have his ego overinflated just because he can order dead people around. Wait, so...
These guys make me mad, and I don't even play as this character.
Oh my
I don't even
gosh,
play in this DM.
What is going on? Like, he orders dead people around. That's his job. Okay, whatever. I had to deal with that. We call that Ed. Or Constantino. They suck.
What if they watch this video?
But they're not.
Good. Let this be a wake-up call. Now, I should say that I, as a player, didn't see any of this as a real problem. He was forming a rivalry, and that's fine. However, Z would see that as a problem. His personality trait was, my enemies will serve me.
Huh.
You want him to serve you. Okay?
Okay.
So if he just offers you like a plate of food, is that good enough?
I don't know. Let's keep on going.
Technically served you.
Yeah, exactly. And his flaw, nothing will stand between me and the restoration of my house. Yes, I know it's edgy. But I made the character to be like that. And Edgy knew that he'd want his most powerful enemies as an undead. He'd want his most powerful enemies as an undead under his control. Yeah, he cut the guy's head so I couldn't raise him. That is just there's just no point. Like, that's A, conflicting your own character. B, that's just being like you're just being an a-hole to people at your own party because hey, it's an evil campaign, you can. Again.
I blame DM. They should have set ground rules.
Yeah, they really should have. Well, they kind of did. This was kind of okay. But I feel like when it got this bad and it started becoming petty and just kind of rude, like...
DM really should have said something.
Yeah, he should have said something. But this guy is a beginner. He's trying. He's trying his best. He seems to be doing pretty well, too. I described Z glaring daggers at him, threatening him half-heartedly,
Heartedly.
Give me a sec. That wasn't even right. And threatening him half-heartedly before Kobold used the mending cantrip to connect the severed head back to the body so I could raise it anyway. Edgy started whining about how mending only worked on objects and that was a person.
What?
Can you technically do that to the clothes then? Because their clothes are an object.
But that wouldn't connect their head. I'm sorry, so now you're doing this to spite a character. When someone else fixes the problem, you start whining about it? I hope you're watching this. I hope you know who you are. I will find you.
Can you not threaten our viewers?
No promises. He started whining about how mending only worked on objects and that was a person. But the DM explained that Kobold and I had talked to him about this and rules as written, corpses are not creatures, they're objects. He objected, pun intended, but eventually gave up and we kept going. Okay, so you got to raise the bad guy. You got to raise the boss under your control. That's good.
Yeah.
Congrats.
How much paragraphs do you have left?
I don't know. I don't want to count. Lose my session.
Okay.
A few sessions later, the DM threw us into a fight with devils, and we found a piece of the archdevil that cursed Edgy or whatever. I don't actually remember exactly what it was, but it was something like that. Thanks, ADHD. For real. And the DM said clearly that this would grant him a new Eldritch Invocation in exchange for the Archdevil having more control over his character. That was fine. That was fine with the party. We're role players and don't mind if a character gets stronger because their actions reward them. He accepted us and wouldn't stop babbling about how strong his dang polearm mastery / GWM / elven accuracy was now. That was as annoying as it seems. Okay, so he won't stop talking about how now he's, like, so much more powerful than you all. Like, oh, I'm so much more powerful than you are. So now you're just being a nuisance? Yeah. It's just annoying. It's just, well, yeah, they said that, but there's just no point. Because eventually they're going to get something that makes them the same strength. Where you're going to still keep, what, are you going to whine that you're no longer the strongest person in the world now? I hope not. Eventually, Witch managed to make a deal with multiple hags, and they made a ritual so that every new human in the region would be born a Hexblood instead. Hexbloods are an awesome race, totally recommend. Witch had partially achieved his character's goal of erasing humans from the world.
That was his goal?
Why?
What did you accomplish?
I don't... Okay. You know what? Okay.
That's
Whatever.
so weirdly specific. Human specifically. But okay. Backstory stuff. And with a very clever solution, no less. Props to him. Yes, I hope you're also watching this. Good job.
Again, with the threatening the viewers, but okay.
That wasn't even threats, anything.
Okay.
Like, this time it wasn't threats.
For once, he's trying to be nice.
Oh. And, however, Edgy was annoyed the spotlight wasn't on him. Excuse me?
He just a wee Bobby.
It's just the way Babe.
It's just a real baby.
Yeah. And he challenged Witch to a duel to the death. Witch was a debuffer and wouldn't be able to win, but his character was too arrogant to deny it, so he accepted it. I made Z intervene, Witch resurrected him after all, and Z owed Witch his life for that. With me came Cobalt, also Paladin.
You love paladins, don't you?
What? No, Oh, I see. You're so mean. Who had turned into a lawful evil Oathbreaker just last session. Good for you. Oathbreaker's a great class. I also hope you're watching this. Great choice of subclass. Okay. The wizard didn't. Her character was a coward and wouldn't risk her neck. I've made many characters like that. They're so fun to play as. And that's fine. Well, yeah, that's part of the story, sorry. Yeah, I've made a lot of characters that are cowards. It's really fun if they grow out of that. It's like, oh, I'm a real boy now. Edgy. That's not fair. They're literally ganging up on me. You initiated the fight. These people have, like, a reason to be, like, fighting you, right? I mean, yeah, like, these people all have a reason for you to, like, die. Like, you're, like, you know?
Yeah. Shut up.
Yes, we do understand. That was beautiful, Jack.
Okay.
Okay, let's just
So,
keep
now-
going.
Yeah. DM, if you can't win, just back off. They're role-playing, just like you. He decided to give up on the duel, and we continued. He became even more annoying, though. Everything we did in combat, he questioned. How can you do that? Is that what the ability says? What's the spell's description? He would whine when he didn't one-shot enemies with his BS polearm GMW Elven Accuracy / Darkness combo. He would target my invisibility spell. Darkness combo. He would target my invisibility spell. Uses the most. Wait, what? He would target my invisibility spell. Uses the most. Oh, I understand. Okay. Insisting the enemies should get a perception check to hear me. They should see my footprints. They knew I had disappeared and were prepared. This is when my patience started wearing thin, finally. Fortunately, this story has a good ending. Good for you. Our party had found themselves being chased by a bunch of clerics and paladins because of Z being an undead. Suddenly, Edgy stood up from the table. Edgy, we won't be able to make it out of this alive. Go, I'll hold them off. Main character syndrome. Can be. Listen, it's only cringe if no one cares about your character.
No one cares about your character.
Well, yeah, we're aware of that. Now, I should make it clear that if we didn't like his character, but our characters did, we'd want to keep him with us. But neither were true. Oh, no one likes him, okay. We didn't like his character, and our characters didn't as well, so we nodded and left him behind. For a moment, I saw surprised Pikachu on his face. He was clearly expecting us to insist he went with us, but that didn't happen. We let the trash take itself out, they say. It went as bad as you think. The cleric dispelled his darkness spell with daylight, and his character was smited to death. That's why I love paladins! He started whining about how unfair that was, that he was alone, and the DM made the enemies counter him. The DM simply shrugged. DM, you were the one who stayed behind, dude. Edgy was pissed. He exploded, yelling about how bad this DM was, that we were favorites just because we were the DM's friends and he was a new player in our group. I don't even remember everything he said because I left the table momentarily to give my dog his meds. But he eventually packed up and left. We stayed silent. We didn't laugh or joke, but because honestly, he was probably a new player and wasn't used to roleplay focused campaigns. The campaign continued and eventually ended with our characters dying at level 13. But Witch had successfully ended humans. Wizard had killed the vampire duke that had tortured her. Kobold had opened a cemetery in the capital. And I assigned NPCs to lead Z's house and his undead in case he died again. We never saw Edgy again.
Done? Okay.
Up next.
Alright. I'm gonna start reading mine, and then you go, and then I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Just like last time.
Mm-hmm. It's a form.
I'm very sorry, this one's very long, and I know my voice sucks while I'm reading. Backseat horror. D&D is no therapy. So this is a different kind of horror story. Let's call it a backseat horror story. It also be fairly vague. I don't want to go into details about what seemed to be going on in that D&D session, but because I wasn't there and I was only told about it. In my friend group of friends who will play D&D together, occasionally there's one person I'll call Alex. Alex had been struggling a bit in real life and got to know someone in an online game who will be the DM of this story. Thank you. Sorry.
Keep going.
Okay. Sorry, trying to find where it was. Alex went to the DM to talk about those real-life situation struggles. So the DM became a really important person to Alex. From what my group of friends and I gathered, it also seemed like Alex had a crush on the DM.
Good for you. That won't end badly, I'm sure of it.
Yes, that totally won't ruin the DM campaign. Okay. Anyway, the DM started a D&D campaign with Alex and the others from that online game. At some point, Alex told us about the game and about some struggles with another player, whom I'll call Robin for the sake of the story. Alex asked us for advice on how... Wait, do you know where it was? I'm sorry.
Alex,
Oh wait, hold on. Okay.
how to resolve the situation. Are you lost?
I am so sorry. I'm so lost.
Right there. Alex, right.
Okay, whatever.
Right there.
Alex asked us for advice on how to resolve the situation. Our clear answer was open communication with the DM and together with Robin. If they didn't solve anything, leave the group. Dang. Alex replied that leaving wasn't an option for us, such as Alex had promised to take part and couldn't leave us. Plus some other reasons that seemed non-sensual to us. Cynical to us. Sometime later, Alex told us they had talked about the problem. According to Alex said about the following session, though it didn't really seem resolved. Sometime after that, Alex told us about feeling nervous about the upcoming session due to how the last one ended. It sounded close to a panic attack. The group also seemed to have been split apart for roleplay sessions. The more Alex told us about what was going on, the more we realized that Alex had done a bit of self-inserting and wasn't able to emotionally separate from the character.
It never feels good.
It really doesn't. I mean, I get getting attached to your character, but not to that degree.
Sometimes just what you need.
Yeah. Kind of feel bad for both parties in the situation so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We clearly told Alex, the known mantra, no D&D is better than bad D&D. If joining a session gives you anxiety, tell the DM about your problems and step away. We noticed Alex was far too invested and had a breakdown in our voice chat. Although Alex didn't want to leave and kept asking for alternative situations, we told Alex plainly that other situations wouldn't get them anywhere. We offered some additional suggestions, but always came back to the same point. Leave! This isn't healthy D&D. We openly told Alex that D&D is the first and foremost a game, not therapy. The DM probably also didn't want to run a therapy session for Alex and the other players. So once again, step away if it makes you feel bad. As you might expect, Alex took part in the next session at the first. The issue seemed to resolve, but we openly told Alex that it happened exactly like we predicted. It's sad what happened, but when asking for advice, take it. Neither the DM nor we are therapists. We are there to listen, but we can't keep asking for help. Ignoring the advice and coming back in the same state or worse again and again. In the end, the DM's group disbalanced for a while. Alex stayed away from D&D entirely, including the table, and I said that this was completely fine and that they should take their time and come back. They feel like giving it another try. Alex also seemed to be very invested in the character. They played in session, so when Alex came back, I suggested putting the previous character aside and creating an entirely new one, completely different from Alex's previous character. The idea was to make a mainly for fun, something playful like a funny character Alex would enjoy seeing in a comic or series. For this new character, there have been no issues so far, and Alex seems to have regained enjoyment in playing D&D. At least it seems like it. All in all, I want everyone reading horror stories to understand a few things, some general problems I have also noticed in other stories. Don't play if you're not having fun, no matter the reason. It will hurt you in the long run. 2. Don't use a self-insert character and then try to turn D&D into a therapy session. It might work, but the risk of a disaster is very high. 3. Dear DM, speaking from my own experience DMing for Alex, if you notice someone getting too personally or psychology invested in D&D, help them understand that they need to take a step back, and we're not therapists, most of us, at least.
That's why we have me, the licensed, unlicensed psychiatrist.
Oh my
You
god.
were not
Okay. I don't
really
Some
know
part
what
of
to
me
say.
kind of feels bad for Alex, honestly.
Part of me, yeah, I guess, kind of, but
That situation was kind of screwed up.
yeah,
But and then again, like,
that's kind of Alex's fault at that point.
why put yourself in that situation in the first place?
It's a self-insert character. It's you just refusing to take advice, even when it isn't healthy, and then kind of whining about it. I mean, whining is a bad term, but I'm afraid it is the right term.
Mm-hmm. Especially in this situation.
D&D is not therapy. It should not be therapy.
It will never be therapy.
It should just be some goofy adventure with your friends where you're killing a god or.
Is this the first one you read?
No.
No? Okay.
Or where you're killing god, or resurrecting a cat as a demon, or melting some robot guy because he was in your personal space, or
That happened in my other
crying over
campaign.
some dead robot just because you're an artificer and you think machines are sweet. That happened to me. Yeah, there was a warforged. He was dying, and I started crying. And it was the stupidest thing. I was
In
trying to
real life?
roleplay. Yeah, it was dumb. Can I wait? This child. Yeah. Okay. TLDR. I was cold messaged to join a party, and I told them I had to commission art by a specific artist to be part of the party. Okay? So, to be part of the party that they're inviting you to, you have to get art from this one artist.
It doesn't...
I understand wanting art made. Mr. C. We all remember Mr. C.
Mm-hmm.
What? Is it that bad? There's no way it's that bad.
Did you get those from the pantry?
I think those are expired. Okay.
Yeah, they're expired for like 7 years.
I'm going to have to go to the hospital. Okay. Keep
What?
on going. Keep on going.
He might
It turned
die.
off. Why does your phone turn off so quick?
It's on power saving mode.
Goofy. I am currently playing a wonderful game written by a friend who I have RPG'd with in a group setting. She set up this very fun text-based D&D game for us writers who haven't played or played much. For us writers who haven't played or played much. Something confusing you?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So in the meantime, I am looking for another game to also maybe not be as much as of a...
I'm going to pause really quick.
Well, as writers and adults go, we have long hiatus due to different adulting things. Love the term adulting. I don't think it's a real word though. I don't. If you're like some kind of writer, I don't think adulting is a word. Some people. Okay, we get it. You're an adult. So in the meantime, I'm looking for another game to play. To also maybe not be as much of a dump as I am in her campaign. I have joined some D&D Discord, hope around in Reddit, hoop around in Reddit? I think that means hop, but looking at games. I D20 and made an account. Well, I get hit up by someone in the D&D Discord saying they have an opening. Lightning flash. They send me the DM's Discord username. I introduce myself and ask about the plot and rules. At the end of this pretty cool intro, they're like, we need unified art. Okay. Cool, kind of makes sense. Okay.
I guess.
They say the artist must be paid. Once again, fair. I pay artist. I have several commissions of characters. But I do not know if I like these people. I do not know the artist. And you messaged me asking me to join. Lol. So I was like, hey, if I do not want to commission off the bat, can I just describe the character? They say, no. The artwork is mandatory. Okay, so you have to pay to be in this game? You don't have peanut, right?
I just have peanut. I can have peanuts.
Okay, fine. I would check the record right now. Once again, you messaged me. Also, I would have probably gotten FOMO if I liked the art and done it after a few sessions if I liked the game. Okay. I'm not wondering if it was just an elaborate scam, to be honest, lol. I've seen a commission art scam on Discord before. Please feel free to cold message me about a campaign. I would love to play my middle-aged gnome cleric. Text-based is a plus, and that is my preference. Oh. That one just confused me.
Oh, is it my turn now?
I didn't think so.
Okay.
That one just kind of confused me.
This is the last one. I promise.
Swear.
I'm pretty sure this one's a shorter one, so
Also,
I might do another one.
to that one guy with main character syndrome, check under your bed tonight.
Jack, you're gonna hide under your own bed?
Be scared.
Jack, you're gonna hide under your own bed?
No.
Okay, this one's called A Story About a Problematic DM. Ooh. I already like this.
I like problematic DMs. They're funny. Mr. C
True.
was not problematic. He could classify that if you didn't know the guy. When he's actively saying how much he wants to kill you, yeah, he can be looked at like a bad DM. But he means it from a good place, I hope. I hope.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Didn't he kill my character 3 times?
Yeah, that was mostly me, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, Mr. Thunderclap.
Thunderwave didn't even kill you. It just exploded the cavern. Which makes it sound a lot worse than it was. We just fell like 9 stories.
15 damage, by the way.
It's not even that much. Especially for what? Level 3 ranger, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, your hit die is a D10.
Oh yeah. Alright, anyways. A
That
player
one
about a...
Sorry. Sorry? Go ahead. I'll wait. I'll wait.
A story about a problematic DM. The DM of this game has been a really rather difficult game. That's fine as an experienced player. I enjoy difficult combat and whatnot. However, in recent time I played a warlock paladin, unlocked the darkness spell and used it as an aura on myself to allow my fellow players to take on half the hostile forces. And I, the other, as I had a AC, but in the session I used it on a rock in a cave full of rocks. The DM running Knowles with a 6 INT intelligence in 2 turns without source for the spell, and had 3 blankets on top of it. Now, I understand that they can communicate, but a null knowing the exact spell and how it works. Now, this explanation for this is they work for a god that rules over the darkness. Okay, that's a cool idea, but that makes sense on they know the spell works, but does not explain how 3 of them using 1 action determines the location of the source. I mentioned this to the DM and he decided that I am trying to get more out of the spell. This is normal. I disagreed. He kicked me out for the session. Now I can be argumentative. I know that. But this was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. But I want to know what others think of the situation and how would you have handled this. TLDR. DM uses monsters in a way that is akin to a player metagaming to make game difficult. What's metagaming?
So, let's say... Okay, for this example, I'm going to use the campaign we played in 8th grade, right? Mr. C.
Mhm.
Right? The players knew we were going to inevitably end up fighting Vecna, right? A god.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Almost. Sort of, maybe. Not right now. Later. Anyway, kind of, sort of, maybe not really. A god, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although our characters weren't 100% sure. If our characters just knew, oh my gosh, you must be a servant to Vecna, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our character has information they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's meta.
Mm.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do another story? I feel like that one was kind of short and not very great.
Sure, look for one with a very
Okay.
concerning title.
Why does this camera keep on autofocusing? I don't like that.
It just does that.
That's very annoying. Can you...
Okay. He was eating. We paused the video, obviously, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Technical difficulties. I wish I knew how to use a computer.
Me too. Okay.
That was it. The first two were bad. The last two didn't seem so bad.
Honestly, and the last one that I read was just too short. I wish they would have added more context.
To quote my favorite blue-haired girly, to quote my favorite talking hat, no D&D is better than bad D&D. We were weird, and this is the end.
Tuning out.
Turn it off.